next guest believes the White House should just admit it's not ready and delay what she believes will be a train wreck. Those are her words. Congresswoman Diane Black sits on the Ways and Means and Budget Committees, and she was a nurse for 40 years. Congresswoman, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
One of the things you've cited in asking for this to just slow down till they can get it right, which is your opinion that they won't, was that 15 times Secretary Sebelius told you no more delays, we're ready. Why don't you think they're ready?
Well, she did tell us that in our very Ways and Means Committee meeting 15 different times back in April. There will be no delays. There will be no delays. And yet, over the July the 4th holiday, first we learned that there would be a delay in the employer mandate. And then second, we learned on July the 5th, while we were all celebrating our country's birthday, in a 600-page Treasury blog, the final rule. And right in the middle of that, buried in the middle, was this little provision that said, by the way, we're not ready for verification of people's incomes qualifying for subsidies. Huge problem where we're going to have rampant fraud and abuse in this program, and hardworking taxpayers that are doing the right thing are going to end up paying for this train wreck.
But you have been told that efforts are being made. You don't think that's enough?
Well, you know, it seems awfully strange that 3 weeks ago they didn't have the technology ready to verify incomes. And then all of a sudden, yesterday in our Ways and Means Committee, we had Mr. Cohen from HHS say, oh, by the way, 3 weeks later, now we can do that. And it was a little bit of a sleight of hand the way he said it, because if they do provide in the law that they are going to do an audit, they'll do a random check of whether they're probably about 20%. But he said they're going to do now a 100% random. I'm waiting to see just what this new directive is going to say. I understand it's not going to be by rule, that they're just going to put out a statement of how they're going to be doing this. And so I do have still a question. What are you going to use? How can you guarantee us that you're going to be doing verification 100% of the time so that we don't have fraud and abuse? Here's the other thing. The two key planks of their bill were if you did not have employer-sponsored insurance, then you could qualify. And if you met the income range, you could qualify. These are two very large planks. And both of those they've acknowledged they are not ready to do. 60 days out, it's a train wreck ready. It happened. The president needs to delay this. Just admit they're not ready and delay it.
And you're working on legislation, I understand, that will protect taxpayers from what?
Well, it will protect the taxpayers from the fraud and abuse. We're going to require them to follow their law. Look, if I could get rid of the whole thing tomorrow and do something that was more patient-centered and market-based, we would do it. But until then, I want to protect the taxpayer from the fraud and abuse. So we're just saying, follow your own law. Your law says that you electronically had the ability to be able to check for this verification of income. Now do it.
What about the nominee for the IRS? Obviously, the IRS will be tasked with enforcement and implementation to a great degree. What's your thoughts on the nominee that's been presented?
Well, I don't really know a lot about him. I will start to read, but I know he's got a big job. I hope he's ready for that job, because there's some real cleaning out to be done in the IRS. People were already suspicious about the IRS and how they use their information, and they have only confirmed it in the IRS by what they have done most recently.
All right. Thank you so much, Congresswoman Black. It's great to have you on.
Thank you. It's great to be with you.